Sup geeks, it's Joe here, and we're back with Thomas Was Alone. So yeah, in this episode we will be continuing on, and so yeah, in the last episode we met Claire, who's fat and she can't jump very high, but she can swim. Okay, so I presume, yeah, this means that only Claire can go over here. Whew. Good thing water makes you bounce slightly. So yeah, in the last episode we had some interesting shit happen, namely a phone going off in the middle of it. So yeah, whoa, Chris almost didn't make it then. I'm sure Claire would have loved that, because now he's her arch nemesis, because she's a superhero apparently. So yeah, I can see we're gonna have to do the whole stay away for Chris thing, because Chris is short and he can't jump. Jesus. It's rather interesting having each character have strengths and weaknesses, which means, you know, some of the characters that are strong have to carry, or, you know, figuratively help the characters that are weaker. So, for example, Thomas is like an all-rounder. He can do most stuff, but he can't jump really high, and he can't fit in really small spaces. Chris can fit in small spaces, but he can't jump high. John can jump really high, but he can't fit in small spaces. And of course, Claire can swim, but she can't jump very high. And she's massive, like she's mahoosive, dude. Okay, so Jesus, what the?
Chris gone. Was he
Claire sort of just
plotting Claire's downfall.
Anyway, Claire sort of just.
And she had to be, because she was a superhero. This was a troubling turn of events.
No,
Still, there were reasonably sized bodies of water to cross.
Danny, are you ever gonna shut up? Really? Some narrators are just so inconsiderate. I mean, anyway, yeah, Claire just sort of skyrocketed, 'cause lols. It's like the narration seems to sort of pause a lot more, so I'll start talking and then suddenly Danny Wallace will just cut in and be like, "Hey, I'm not done." Yeah, I went on Wikipedia and found out exactly who he was, what his name was. And I was right about him being Sean in Assassin's Creed. But of course he's less of a cock in this, but then again, you know, that remains to be seen, because he does keep cutting me off. Fucking hell, Danny. So yeah, let's just drop down here with a reckless abandon. I was half expecting to just see both John and Thomas die then. Ha, John Thomas. I really need to stop. But no, I was half expecting to see them both die then, because I dropped them down into water, because Claire was supposed to go first. Either way, I completely failed to see the point of this obstacle course thing. I think it's just so you don't get Claire, you can't get Claire through there. Claire through there, see? Yeah. My OCD requires me to line Claire up perfectly. There we go. I'm happy. Really? I think I just misaligned Claire. Yes, I did. Fuck it. I don't have that bad OCD. Oh god, I didn't put John and Thomas right. Oh god, I may need to reload this game, guys. Oh god. No, it's okay.
Claire's new heightened senses told her that there were multiple paths across, with various possible configurations of the little posse.
Wait, is that the game's way of saying, hey look, we made different paths? Fuckers. They're just pushing me off into the water like cocks. Wow, that was close. I almost didn't make that. Ooh! Yeah, I did make that, because I'm manly. Okay, well, it would appear I need Claire to get across for this bit, so look. Let's get John over. I think John can, yeah, John can just jump these. Pfft. Oh, fuck. John can't just jump these, apparently. Yes, he can. Buh. I was just sucking at the game there. So yeah, let's go up here. And, ooh, yeah. MOG jumping over things. Buh. Oh, pushing me. Why is Claire so fat? PHAT, yeah. So yeah, it would appear that Chris has buggered off to plot Claire's demise, and nobody cares.
They were doing really well. Claire hoped she could get them all across. John was fully aware he could do this alone. Thomas hoped he'd never have to.
I like that. That's a brilliant piece of like character. Claire's like, oh, she's sort of, I don't know, she's kind of simple. She just wants to be a superhero and she wants to help people. John, likes to strike out on his own, and so he's like, and the way you can do it actually does reflect what the characters are like. So John is perfectly capable of doing it on his own, but there's everyone else. Thomas is possibly capable of doing it on his own, except for this bit, of course. But he doesn't want to. And of course, Claire just wants to help people, like Thomas. So there you go. It all works out. Rather like Inception, if you're not stupid and you can understand the storyline. Whoa, Thomas just phased a bit there. No offense to anyone who didn't understand the storyline of Inception, it's just I personally found it rather simple and I didn't understand why people were complaining that it was really hard to understand. Well, to be fair, rather simple is an over-exaggeration, but I did understand it the first time I watched it, and that was about 4 o'clock in the morning and I was really tired, so... I don't know, maybe I'm a certified genius that doesn't know he's certified. Or maybe I'm just not. It would make more sense if I wasn't. Oh wow, nobody but Claire this time.
Claire was alone. Which was odd, because she wasn't meant to be alone. She needed to be where there were rectangles to save.
Yeah.
Being the only superhero in a given space kind of defeats the object.
Yeah, I like how...
That was new.
Fuck off, Danny!
Claire avoided them. She decided they were most likely her kryptonite. Not the rubbish red kryptonite either, the proper radioactive green stuff.
Yeah. I like that Superman reference, you know, because kryptonite, of course, is a Superman reference, but it's so overused that it really is lost all meaning, but rubbish red kryptonite... I don't know anything about Superman, but I can presume that that is a more in-depth Superman reference. Or I'm just stupid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm stupid. So it looks like we're coming to the end of this area. It's like there's never more than 10 per area, and I believe there's about 10 areas. I don't know. There might be less. No. There might be like 8.
Deja vu.
Oh, deja vu. No, she's running the same area with Thomas.
And this time Thomas was here. Claire felt something had gone wrong. There was a disturbance in the force.
Wow, so many references.
The Matrix. The world was reacting to their progress. It was amassing its forces. It was plotting against them.
It's like Mike Bithell just
finally had a nemesis.
No, it's like Mike Bithell just came into the wherever he makes his games and just went, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a level and I'm going to write the narration, and the narration is just going to have so many freaking references. Or Mike Bithell just didn't write the narration and it was all Danny Wallace. But I think he did. I think he did pretty much everything and Danny Wallace just narrated, which he won a BAFTA for, by the way. So that's just a fun fact. You know, if you don't follow the video game BAFTAs, Danny Wallace won a BAFTA for this narration, which is cool. Because because indie games don't normally win BAFTAs unless they're in the sort of like Rising Star category, which so it's cool to. Oh, except of course for Journey, which just literally wiped the fucking floor with everything else. Personally, I think I think Far Cry 3 should have won a bit more. It only won Best Action Game. which kind of sucked. I'm trying to think. I think it should have won best game overall, because that went to Dishonored, which personally I think Dishonored. I haven't played much of it, but I think it had its problems, whereas Far Cry 3 only really had the user interface, and you know, depending on your perspective, the disappointing death of Vass. Spoilers. But no, it's rather. I don't know. I think Far Cry 3 should have won more, but I think that's mainly because I prefer Far Cry 3 personally to Dishonored. But then again, that said, then again, that said, Dishonored did have the whole problem where it said you could do it, you know, it said you could complete the game in any way, you can run in all guns blazing, and it facilitated that, but really, you couldn't go in all guns blazing or you die really quickly. And even if you didn't, you'd get the bad ending because you will have killed everyone. So it sort of made you think it was like Arcane was saying, yes, we've made an open game where you can do whatever the hell you want, but if you don't do what we want, then you're screwed. It just felt rather annoying to me. Whereas in Far Cry 3 there was a nice balance of stealth. You could be stealthy, and you wouldn't be penalised for not being stealthy. You know, you'd just die if you were stupid enough. So it's sort of like, you know, it's your own fault if you cock up not being stealthy. You know, it's not the game's fault. You know, the game doesn't punish you for not being stealthy. But it does reward you for being stealthy. But at the same time, you still get rewards even if you're not stealthy. You just get more. So yeah, I think on stealth basis, Far Cry 3 wins for me. Or at least on the balance of stealth and action. And I think generally, I think one thing that Far Cry 3 really did fail in, where Dishonored won, was voice acting. I mean, Dishonored has like Chloe Grace Moretz and Susan Sarandon and that other guy and the other guy. There are lots of famous people. And Brad Dourif from Lord of the Rings. But yeah, there were lots of famous people in that. But yeah, it certainly beat Far Cry 3, because some of the NPCs in Far Cry 3, Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving on, I've sort of digressed here a bit, going on about the BAFTAs. Oh wow, new character, I can see it. Oh yeah, new word place, chapter thing. Build protections, is a splitter, additions, white blood cells, investigators, captured, play. Yeah, I understood all that. Oh wow. So it's like a split up. Oh, I see. So who's this new? Laura.
This
okay.
one was behind a wall. Maybe he'd never know what she could do. Maybe they could just have a conversation, hang out. As long as he didn't find out what she could do, which would never happen so long as they stayed separate.
Wait, is she like really grody or some shit? But yeah, I think I'll do the next area and then end the episode. Whoa! What was that? What was that?
Laura didn't have time to worry about the ominous pixel cloud. It had been following her for some time, and it had kept itself to itself until now.
Okay,
More important was the little orange thing, which was looking at her in a way that she kind of, well, liked.
This romance between Laura and Chris is quite cute. But now you find out exactly what Laura's power is. She can bounce people, which is why she was so embarrassed. Aww. Aww, bless.
The square, who had shyly introduced himself as Chris, bounced,
Giggity.
not Laura. She began to worry.
Well, that's
that he was
rather
just
inappropriate.
using her like all the others had. They'd all bounced too, and then they disappeared when her back was turned.
Yeah, let's all have a bounce on Laura. I'm gonna stop now. I'm despicable. Whoa. A bit of frame rate there, but jumped back up to like 24. Sort of like jumps between frame rates.
Only the ominous pixel cloud ever remains, looking a little bigger and a little less hungry with every disappearing friend.
And this is the last one I'm going to do. So yeah. I will see you guys next time on Thomas Was Alone. Not that Thomas is actually alone here because, well, I have no idea where Thomas is. Yeah, we've already got rid of Thomas. Fuck Thomas. Thomas isn't alone anymore. This story doesn't even need to be about Thomas anymore. Okay, I will see you guys next time.